Donald Trump has just completely changed his previously more pacifist tone in the Strait of Hormuz to the same old aggressive Trump we already know. This Thursday, April 23, 2026, the president said he ordered the United States military to shoot and kill any small Iranian vessel that is laying mines to block passage in the Strait. The statement came at a time when Washington increased naval pressure and Tehran tried to respond with a show of force, releasing a video that, according to the Revolutionary Guard, shows the capture of 2 commercial ships in the region. Now we are seeing both sides trying to publicly show who is stronger. On one side, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, which has already taken full control of the Iranian regime, and on the other side, the powerful American Navy. Easily ranked by all countries as the most powerful navy on the planet, which already has 3 aircraft carriers in the Gulf region. I'll tell you all about that in a moment, but right now, you'll want to be subscribed to the channel to stay well informed. Real-time information with the best journalistic quality you've ever seen. Trust me, Milson Alves Global. What actually happened was a clear escalation in tensions. Trump stated that the United States Navy was ordered to act without hesitation against Iranian boats involved in laying mines and to triple the level of mine-clearing operations. On the other hand, Iran showed images of armed men boarding a cargo ship and announced that it had detained 2 vessels, the MSC Francesca and the Epaminondas, on the grounds that they were trying to cross the area without authorization. Reuters reported that Iranian state television did not broadcast the video during the early hours, while CBS stated that the footage was released by the Revolutionary Guard, but was not independently verified by the network. Trump's order seeks to prevent Iran from continuing to stifle navigation with mines and indirect attacks. The president's post was published just a few hours after the United States confirmed the seizure of the tanker Majestic X in the Indian Ocean. According to the Associated Press, the ship was boarded between Sri Lanka and Indonesia, was linked to Iranian oil smuggling, and was heading toward Zhoushan in China. The Pentagon released images of American military personnel already on the deck of the vessel and stated that it will continue to disrupt maritime networks that, according to the United States, help Iran maintain this trade. And on the other side, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard is trying to show that it still has the ability to impose real costs on navigation and to challenge the American blockade. Reuters reported that the video broadcast by state television shows masked troops arriving by speedboat, climbing up a rope ladder, and boarding the MSC Francesca with rifles in hand. The same footage also includes images related to the second ship, the Epaminonda. The political message is direct. Iran wants to prove that it still has tactical reach in the Strait, even under military, economic, and diplomatic pressure. That's what makes this more significant, because the video doesn't just serve to inform. It serves to project control, intimidate shipping, and tell the world that Tehran is still willing to escalate. The group that appears at the center of this crisis is well defined. On one side are Trump, the United States Navy, the Pentagon, and the blockade structure set up by Washington. On the other side are the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, the Iranian judiciary, and Tehran's leaders, who began to justify the detention of the ships as law enforcement. In the middle are the cargo ships, the oil tankers, the foreign crews, and the global market, all trapped by the logic of confrontation. CBS reported that the Philippine government confirmed that 15 Filipino seafarers who were on board the 2 detained vessels were safe and unharmed up to that point. This shows that the crisis has already moved beyond rhetoric and is affecting real people, real crews, and real routes. When did this really blow up? The tension became evident between April 22 and 23. On Wednesday, Iran attacked ships in the Strait and detained 2 of them. On Thursday, Trump responded with an explicit order to open fire on vessels that are laying mines in the area. The sequence is important because it shows how the region has entered a spiral of action and response. This is not a distant threat, it's a clash happening in real time with increasingly aggressive language and less room for error. Where this is happening helps explain why the world is watching. Hormuz is a bottleneck. Who controls it or disrupts it? This stretch of sea gains leverage over trade routes, energy, and maritime insurance. Reuters said Iran has also used speedboats, missiles, drones, and fortified positions to keep the U.S. Navy away, in addition to the mines Trump mentioned. Does this help explain why Washington talks about mines and demining, while Tehran relies on opportunistic attacks and selective detentions? The confrontation is not just between large warships. It includes smaller, faster tactics that are hard to neutralize. How did this confrontation evolve to this point? The peace negotiations fell apart, the American blockade was not lifted, and Iran decided to keep the Strait under pressure. Reuters reported that Tehran said it would not consider reopening the passage as long as the United States does not lift the blockade on Iranian shipping and does not release seized vessels. At the same time, Trump wrote that the United States is in full control of the Strait until Iran accepts an agreement. In other words, each side is trying to turn the sea into an instrument of coercion. Washington wants to force concessions through economic strangulation. Tehran wants to show that without easing the pressure on the regime, global shipping will not return to normal. And why does this matter so much right now? Because the market felt it almost instantly. Reuters reported that the price of a barrel of oil went back above $100 this Thursday, rising as much as 2.5% during part of the trading session, while stocks and bonds reacted nervously. If the blockade doesn't generate immediate compliance, the American tendency is to increase force, step up seizures, and raise the cost of any Iranian maneuver. It's also noteworthy that the American seizure was not limited to the immediate surroundings of Hormuz. Associated Press and Reuters show that Washington has expanded its pursuit of vessels linked to Iranian oil even in more distant waters, such as the Indian Ocean and maritime zones near Asia. This suggests a broader strategy, to reduce Iran's room for maneuver far from the most explosive point of the confrontation, and at the same time, try to prevent vessels from heading toward important buyers. It's both a military and economic message. It's not enough to monitor the Strait. The United States wants to reach the entire supply chain. In the end, what we see today is the Strait turned into a stage for open intimidation. Trump decided to respond with lethal threats to any Iranian attempt to mine the route. The clash intensified because both sides decided to use the sea as an instrument of maximum pressure. Let's see to what extent the bloody Islamic Revolutionary Guard, already weakened and facing internal disputes, will resist the powerful American Navy, widely regarded by all countries as the most powerful navy on the planet, which already has 3 aircraft carriers stationed in the Gulf region. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and at the end, check out the comments so you can be even more engaged with the Milson Alves global community.